Bamfordrose and another question of the week. This week it's exhaust bypass valve failure and what it is, what happens if you have an exhaust bypass valve failure. So this is off a V8 Vantage, but the silencer design, layout, construction pretty much the same. DB9, V8 Vantage, DBS, V12E, all the same. So this is positioned intermediate pipe from engine coming into the silencer. This goes in the tailpipe where the finishers are, so this exits the car. This valve stops gas from going through the silencer because gas from the engine is going to come into here, and with this open it's just going to flow out and through. With this closed, the gas cannot exit here, so it's forced to go inside the silencer and then back out through this pipe and then out. So why they do that is noise drive-by. There's a certain decibel to pass noise drive-by regulation, typically 77 odd dB, and on control bit tarmac there's a test with microphones measuring sound, and start point is something like 30 mile an hour third gear at the start gate, something like 55 mile an hour. I think you can be in any gear you want, but it's obviously much more advantageous to keep changing gear and keep the engine revs as low as possible to exit the gate in the highest, tallest gear. There's some clever cheats you can do for this, or there used to be. You can use cruise control. Nothing in the rules to stop the manufacturer doing that. Anyway, these are little nudges towards the line that the maker can do to pass the particular test. So in the period that is measured, this 30 mile an hour, 55 mile an hour condition, this valve is closed, so gas is forced to go through the silencer and then out. At idle, low engine speed, higher engine speeds, importantly not within this test window, this valve opens up and you get the glorious sound that an Aston makes. So what happens over years of operation of this going open, closed, off of a vacuum feed, is sometimes this sort of rose joint which is holding the spindle arm can break off, or the spindle itself can crack inside and then the butterfly is doing whatever it wants. So you could get the condition where the sound throughout the rev range is variable, just because that butterfly is flapping around in a breeze. Or if it breaks, this outside locator, internally through spring pressure, the valve is default open, so customers will say that it's never going quiet. So what I said at the start, this orientation is key, because if you are inclined at home with a little bit of a welder to repair this for yourself, then you can get this arm here in the same sort of orientation as this is, which means the valve is default open, and then weld back on somehow that actuator. If the fix isn't this and internally it's broken, then there's a weld line here and here which is the complete valve assembly. So in those cases what we do is remove from car, and we've got stock of this particular valve from the supplier, and then we re-weld this back into the pipe. So that's the more expensive fix, because that one was the easier fix. A franchise dealer, obviously they're just going to throw this whole lot apart because they don't repair stuff, why would they? And yeah, it's about 1,850 quid plus VAT for a new silencer, as opposed to time and materials to fix this, which is probably going to come in at about 400 or 500 quid.